My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. Today is Tuesday, March 18, 2025, and this is our Close Quarters, your morning news blitz in 15 minutes. And we get started with an image that is going to trigger a lot of people, but you know how it is, that Trump at the Kennedy Center was just the king in this case. And not only he was announcing something that is about to happen today, but he did a meme that we are used to see that, these peasants don't know what is coming to them, but we know what is coming. And President Trump announces that the JFK files will be released tomorrow. People have been waiting for decades for this.
Tomorrow, announcing and giving all of the Kennedy files. So people have been waiting for decades for this. And I've instructed my people that are responsible, lots of different people, put together by Tulsi Gabbard, and that's going to be released tomorrow.
That is today. That's going to be released today. We don't know how many pages it's going to be. It's like we could be talking about tens of thousands of pages. So make sure that you get your AIs ready to be able to read through all that. And some people who need not only AI, but lawyers ready are, Hunter Biden has had Secret Service protection for an extended period of time. This was yesterday as well. All paid for by the United States taxpayer. There are as many as 18 people on this detail. Oh my God, how many people does Hunter need? Which is ridiculous. He's currently vacationing in, of all places, South Africa, which has been, a bit dangerous this time of the year, especially for farmers, where the human rights of people has been strenuously questioned. Because of this, South Africa has been taken off our list of countries receiving economic and financial assistance. Please be advised that, effective immediately, Hunter Biden will no longer receive Secret Service protection. Likewise, Ashley Biden, who has 13 agents, will be taken off the list. So yeah, it's they should be hiring somebody's security, private security anytime soon. And speaking of security, we got Dan Bongino. He had to let's say pause. We're going to say pause, not quit. I want to say quit. The most goated conservative podcast of all time to become the deputy director of the FBI. Here we see him with Kash Patel. I'm sure that he's going to do a good job. And many people, the upper echelons of society are going to say, oh my God, this is not looking good. This is not looking good, especially, but not limited to, Hillary Clinton. Thank you, Big Fish. Dan Bongino on Hillary Clinton. I worked with Hillary Clinton. She was evil. The stories agents around her have kept the bottle up inside are horrendous. I think that this is Meghan Markle on asteroids. Working on her detail was generally considered a punishment assignment. You will never meet a more mercenary and destructive public figure in your lifetime. She hates you. All of you. So, you can see from the body language in here, we always have to mention something, just a bit of the body language, just in case. But yeah, that eyebrow raise, that eyebrow raise is a good thing that we get down to, investigate this stuff, all the stuff. And there's another thing. There's also other people that might be a bit worried about what is coming. Thanks, Nick Sortor. Now, hours after being sworn in as FBI Deputy Director, Dan Bongino is already getting to work inside the FBI. Nobody's tweeting more than Adam Schiff right now. Got him, Dan Bongino. And why Adam Schiff? You remember that he was part of the J6 committee, and Donald Trump was very clear that those signatures with Autopen from President Biden are, let's say are fake as F. So they are null and void. We still don't know how that is going, but if that is so, then it means that Adam Schiff, and all the rest of these bullies can be prosecuted. And speaking of these senators that feel that they are in trouble, thanks Naira Crowell, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. Oh my God, Chuck, you're in trouble. Face criticism from Democrats for backing a Trump-supported spending bill to avert a government shutdown. You remember that there was this continuing resolution. It was continuing the spending, right? How do you? It was the discussion. How do you, it's like match these things, dodge the Department of Government Efficiency, trying to cut spending, but at the same time you have a continuing resolution for, you need to keep injecting things in the economy to, make America great again. But at the same time, make sure that the spending is on America, not outside. That is a big difference. There's a big difference on that. So, all Chuck decided to, cave in and say, you know what, I'm going to vote for the CR, the continuing resolution. So that spending bill to avert a government shutdown. His upcoming book events have been rescheduled due to security concerns ahead of its release on Tuesday. So the security concerns, just so you understand, Chuck Schumer wrote a book, and he was going to do this book tour because, you have to sell your book in some way. And he's afraid not of, crazy MAGA hats, no, of Democrats, and especially is a very special group of liberals, quote unquote, because you might be asking, what is Chuck Schumer's book about? The book is about anti-Semitism, and it's interesting that he would be worried about some, let's say, backlash against him and his book and his decision of, approving the continuing resolution. Because, there are people out there that are making this protest that are pro-Hamas, and they might want to have a word or two with Chuck Schumer. But, lucky for all Chuck, people like Marco Rubio are making sure that these bad actors are, are given a warning and might not be in the country anytime soon. We don't need these people in our country. We never should have allowed them in the first place. Secretary of State Marco Rubio. That is causing us tear because, where's free speech? If you can write a book about anti-Semitism and you can protest pro-Hamas, right? And no, it doesn't work like that. It's two very different, because the book, you can opt out of buying it. You can simply not buy the book, which is most probably what is going to happen. You know that this New York Times bestseller, all you have to do is buy enough amount of your own books to get into those lists, right? But when it comes to real authenticity, nobody beats Caroline Leavitt, White House's press secretary. Oh, this is a mic drop. Thanks, Eric Doherty. Do see, there is now a member of the European Parliament from France who does not think the U.S. represents the values of the Statue of Liberty anymore, and they want the Statue of Liberty back. I don't know how would that work. Do they, I don't know, they create this, maybe they hire SpaceX to have a huge rocket to send the Statue of Liberty again to France, or they, disassemble it and send it. And what are they going to do with the Statue of Liberty in France, by the way? Are they going to know the pieces? Are they going to use it for immigrant housing? That I'm pretty sure that's what they would do with that. So that this was Leavitt's answer to that.
Something different. There is now a member of the European Parliament from France who does not think the U.S. represents the values of the Statue of Liberty anymore. They want the Statue of Liberty back. So is President Trump going to send the Statue of Liberty back to France?
Absolutely not. And my advice to that unnamed low-level French politician would be to remind them that it's only because of the United States of America that the French are not speaking German right now. So they should be very grateful to our great country.
Okay, that was an actual Mic drop. It's thanks to us that you're not speaking German, are under the Third Reich. And, well, also, there's another clip that you absolutely need to watch. Caroline Leavitt on pardons. We were talking about the Autopen signature, right? With Biden's Autopen, did the president even know about these pardons? Was his legal signature used without his consent or knowledge? It's a question that everybody wants to know about. Let's see what
the
Caroline
president
says.
was begging the question that I think a lot of journalists in this room should be asking about whether or not the former president of the United States, who I think we can all finally agree was cognitively impaired. I know it took people some time to finally admit that, but we all know that to be true, as evidenced by his disastrous debate performance against President Trump during the campaign. I digress on that. But the president was raising the point that did the president even know about these pardons?
That is the important thing. It's not only the use of the machine itself, but if the president was aware of what was being signed. If Biden was actually aware. Well, the question is if Biden was actually aware what was going on with his life, if he was aware if he was the president in the first place, because that is the level of, disorientation, being dazed and confused that we saw him all the time.
Was his legal signature used without his consent or knowledge? And that's not just the president or me raising those questions, Caitlin. According to the New York Post, there are Biden officials from the previous White House who raised those questions and wondered if the president was even consulted about his legally binding signature being signed onto documents. And so I think it's a question that everybody in this room should be looking into, because certainly that would propose perhaps criminal or illegal behavior if staff members were signing the President of the United States autograph without his consent.
Then there comes the official, destruction of Caitlin Collins.
Talking about issuing preemptive pardons to these people.
But was he aware of his signature being used on every single pardon? That's a question you should ask the Biden White House.
Is there any evidence on that he wasn't aware of it?
You're a reporter. You should find out.
You should find out. That is your job. That is not. You do the journalism, right? This is part of the journalism. It's like me. I just read headlines and comment on videos. I do the research sometimes, but I'm not a journalist, right? That is a journalist's job. And well, in many ways, somebody who is, let's say, thinking that he's going to be out of a job soon is Bernie Sanders, who, we have been talking about this civil war in the ranks of the Democrats. And well, Bernie pretty much made it official yesterday. The Democratic Party needs a major transformation. It can no longer be a top-down, billionaire-funded, consultant-driven party. It must be a multi-generational, multiracial, working-class party. In a time of growing oligarchy and authoritarianism, that's the only path to victory. Yeah, I'm only ones asking you to have common sense, Bernie, but that is too much for you. The comments, Gator Guard, great pivot. It's about 9 years too late. Retard Finder, George Soros and Pfizer want a war with you. we need a private meeting with you, Bernie, to set the record straight. Geo-American, you apparently aren't listening to your constituents who are quite upset at the state of corruption and overspending of American tax dollars. Yeah, that's what counts. What people are saying, ultra mega MAGA, stop with the BS rhetoric. You steal our money, fight for criminals, use race baiting, stand up for men playing dress up over girls and women. You cheat in elections and think Americans are your slaves. You favor illegals and gangs using lawfare against us. This is it. This is the reaction. This reaction against Democrats. And you know which other? Well, we're gonna have a huge reaction as well. The reaction that Jeffrey Bezos has decided to terminate 14,000 managerial positions to save $3.5 billion per year. But you just focus on that. Managers, 14,000 managers are out. I'm going to find out more about this because that is huge. Okay, this is really a lot. And my question is, maybe they are going for AI in these managerial positions. That will be a real risk. And those are 14,000 managerial positions that are going to push, more pressure in the job market. And we are talking about, this is like $250,000 per year per 250,000 per person. And that is quite, quite some dosh. And let's say that in a last note about companies that are in trouble, Ubisoft, that you might remember that they are quite popular for some franchises, very popular franchises, gaming franchises. They are like Assassin's Creed. In 2 days, they will be releasing a game that has caused a stir with Japan because, well, it depicts an African American in Japan, wreaking havoc with Asians, which, well, hits a bit too close to home, especially if you are in San Francisco. So they're waiting, they're expecting that fallout, and they have already hired lawyers to defend their developers against the rage of the community. Sounds like Disney stuff, right? With Snow White. We're going to be covering all that. I will be talking about all these topics in detail in this and my other channels. So make sure that you like and subscribe so you don't miss any of my analysis and tips. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Bad Language Guy. Much love and bliss.